Okay, so I'm recording this lesson because unfortunately I was sick last week, and I want to make sure you have everything you need before the midterm, which will hit you guys when you come back after reading week. Um, Actually, it's one more week after that because you guys are off on the Monday as well. Anyways, I'm just going to go over a few things, and some of it I'm actually going to go over is going to be repeat of what we did, just because that lesson was so convoluted. I want to kind of like go over each piece again. So you can like skip ahead through the video if you already know this stuff or you already have this stuff set up. That's fine. Just skip ahead. But for the rest of you, kind of follow along. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is actually setting up mlab because we did do that, but I think quite a few people didn't wind up actually having mlab set up by the time they were done. So basically, the first piece that we do, we go to mlab itself. So just type in mlab.com. And then when you get there, you're going to click on the Get Started Instantly with 500 megabytes free or the Sign Up button, one of those two. So just click one of the buttons. Then you'll hit this screen. You're going to fill out your information. So the account name is not your username, but it is a important piece of information you have to keep track of. So write in your account name, set up your email. I would recommend you just using your student account, but you can use whatever account you want. Create your username, and then create your password, accept it, and click create account. And then you should receive an email in your inbox confirming everything. Once you have confirmed, I believe it sends you back already pre-logged in. But if it doesn't, you'll have to click in the login button, type in your details, and then you'll be logged in. You should be able to see all of your current databases that you may have. You shouldn't have any, ideally. So I'm just going to remove some of these, which is a good question because I have no idea how. Oh, there we go. So I'm just going to delete that one out and delete this one out and start from there. Okay, so let's create a new database together. So once you hit this screen, I'm sure you can kind of figure that out. There's a create new button there, and there's a create new button below. Just click one of the two. And then I've been using Amazon Web Services. I don't know if there's any benefit to using the other two. And I choose Sandbox, the free one. It gives me two different options to work from. So I'm going to click continue. And then I choose Virginia. You can choose Ireland if you want, but Virginia is considerably closer to Ontario. So click continue. And then give your database a name. And you can call it whatever you want, but it will come back if it's, we learned that if it's on the same server and you call it the same name, you'll wind up with a naming conflict. So it's best that if you're going to call it comp 2068, like so, like add a suffix of your like student ID, right? So I'm going to do, there we go. And then click continue. And so it should come up with free. It shouldn't cost you any money. Click submit order. And then once it's done, you should now have your database created right here. Now you can't use it till you create an actual user with it, which is kind of, it feels a little counterintuitive because you have your user account, but that is not applicable for your actual database. You have to create a brand new user for the database. So click on the database that you just created. And it even tells you right here, database user is required to connect to this database. So what you do is you click on the users tab, click add database user, choose a name for your database user, and then click create. Do not click make read only or you won't be able to write to your database. Takes a few seconds and bam, we're done. Now we can copy this connection line right here, not this one, but this one right here. So I'm going to copy that connection line. And then we're going to need that for the next part, which will be actually setting up Mongoose um, so that it connects and we can actually access our database. Okay, I'm going to stop the video here and kind of break these into parts by section, so that way you can just skip it on the next one. All right, cool.